Oh, I am so silly. You're right. I have been talking to my starting student screen this whole time. Incredible. Thanks for warning me. Okay. Real quick recap then. I've just been talking to the starting student screen. We're back here with our Engi cruiser. We have a bunch of crew named after evil robots. We've got a ion-based, energy-based arsenal here where we're taking people's shields down and then crushing them that way. We have a bunch of weapons in reserve that we may want to play around with. We have some things we can experiment with the settings of. And the one problem is just the plasma cannon doesn't actually do hull damage. So it's hard to know if we want to keep it or not. But we'll keep it for now, and we'll see how it works out for us. We have a bunch of scrap in hand, but the real problem is that we actually don't have anywhere to spend it, because the only store is back here, and we've been making enemies with every store we've met in like the last 2 sectors. So we're getting a little low on hull. We might have to do some repairs if we get the chance. For now, though, there's at least one Spectral Capital special location we haven't found yet, so we're going to have to keep an eye out for that as we explore through here. We do have a lot of jumps until we get out. There's 12 jumps to get to this exit, so we're probably going to loop back in here and see if there's anything interesting before we make our way out. But for now, let's jump to the only available beacon and see what they've got for us. While it can be hard to tell the difference between nebulas, something is definitely off here. Several bright lights through the clouds guide you to a massive Dynasty mining colony, built in loosely joined structures around a fleet of ancient and dilapidated ships. You expect to see heavy traffic, or at least signs of activity, but the colony is mostly dormant. Even stranger, a fleet of Duskbringer ships have surrounded the colony as well. What could be happening here? Well, let's go investigate! You land on the only landing pad that seems to be unguarded in the entire colony. As you make the uncomfortable waddle through the depressurized hallways in your burdensome spacesuits, you notice several very well-armed and suited Duskbringer patrols moving back and forth, and the occasional phantom lingering around only to duck into an alley or building when any soldiers go past. Well, we could go to the Duskbringers, but they seem like the invaders here, and let's go talk to the colony leaders. Our main goal here is we're trying to do as many crimes as we can, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we have to be a jerk in every instance. It just means that if we have the option to do crimes, we're probably going to take them. So let's talk to the colony leaders and see what they want. You duck into the alleyways and try searching the insides of several buildings. Eventually, you find what seems to be a hideout constructed inside an abandoned warehouse. Who comes to this zone of control? Be you Duskbringer, or perhaps a fellow countryman or vagabond? State thy name and business in these parts. You let the phantom know you're a renegade, seeing no reason to lie. Hark! A renegade! I should be disgusted to share space with such an indignified entity, but thou might be most useful to this good cause. The Zoltan menace has assumed control over this land and seized the most important assets of Ether. Unless thou should wish for such equipment to fall into the hands of your enemy, it is my wisest suggestion thou chart a course to enact a sweet justice. Thine choice is yours, but time is ever ticking. Yeah, we're gonna go do some crimes. Let's go fight the Duskbringers. That sounds great. If what the Phantoms say is true, and we have no reason to assume it isn't, we can't let the Duskbringers seize a large supply of ether. Let's get ready for battle. Alright. I think we do nothing at this stage. They have a big-looking energy weapon. A flak gun and a 2-shot laser. They got a teleporter, so they're going to be coming over here if they haven't already. And they have a clone bay. That shouldn't be a problem for us. Let's pop our drones online. They're going to be boarding, so I'm probably not going to turn on the amphidrone just yet. They did go to our helm, which is annoying. Of all the places we can defend, that is not one of them. We are very slow to get over there, but it should be fine. There we go. So, once our weapons are online, we should be able to pummel through this Zoltan shield very fast. We don't necessarily want to take all of the hits from that thing, but the plasma cannon... Ooh, did he go home already, or did he just teleport around our ship? Since we can't see, it's hard to know where he went. Definitely went somewhere. People are teleporting in some way. So the now that we're at the point here where... Oh, there they are. They've found their way to our shield system, it would seem. Hey, Ginger. Now that we've gotten through their shields, we can relocate the plasma to hit a different target, so it'll actually be doing more permanent damage. Oh, they've sent a lot of people in here. I don't love that for us. Our poor little Zoltan is going to get beat up by all these Duskbringers. Especially since they have that blow yourself up maneuver that we will have to watch out for. The Dustbringer devotees are what? Oh no, they're not all the same. This one's a martyr. The other one, no, that's also a martyr. Okay, there's got a 50-50 split between devotees and martyrs. We're gonna have to take our Zoltan out of there so they don't get murdered by these guys, which is a little unfortunate, but it means I do have the power available to do it, so that should be fine. I think they'll be able to handle it, and they can dodge the explosions if they all start happening simultaneously. If they don't, we'll have to deal with it. But the nice thing is you do get a little bit of forewarning before those explosions go off. I think they have just sent more people to board us. With invasion tactics, that is likely. Thankfully, our Zoltan... our Engi medbots give us a little bit more survivability than we would normally have. There goes the bombs. Now this guy's detonating. That's kind of spooky. Let's keep running. I think that means there's nobody left in here to explode, because they just detonated themselves out of our ship. Yeah, they set a fire in there, but we can deal with that. People are teleporting around in here because their ship's exploding, but I don't think there's actually any more boarders on us, so we should be okay here. Unfortunately, our sensors did burn down, which is a little bit annoying. Now we've got more boarders. Let's see where they've gone. Aha, they have indeed gone back, and he's blowing up. All right. Little is left of the Dustbringer vessel once we're done scrapping it. 3 fuel, 2 missiles, 50 scraps, pretty nice. During the disarray caused by the fight, it seems a combined force of Dynasty and Vagabond vessels have broken through the Dustbringer defenses and sent them packing. Back in the colony, the surviving ghosts are celebrating.
Thou inflict your blows most elegantly, Renegade. I can see now why the Federation would seek your employment. You may be confused, yes, as to why the likes of Spectral and Vagabond have joined here, but for all the struggles in our species, at least any sane and rational being can come to the mind that suicide-bombing neo-fascists are not worthy of wielding the sacred technology of the forefathers. Please, accept one of our finest soldiers. They will serve you masterfully.
Dismadius here. An alpha of some kind? I don't actually know what that is yet. Yeah, that's true, Ginger. I didn't really call it out. Our drone shut their cloning down right after all 4 of them blew themselves up, which is very good. Alright, we got our systems back online here. Let's get you back into the shields. Actually, you're in the wrong rooms. I want the person who can accidentally set his room on fire not to be in the one that gives us the ability to control doors. So, that should do the trick there. We have 120 scrap on hand, which is actually pretty good. That might be our Dynasty beacon. We might just jump straight there and see what they do. I have a feeling we're going to basically loop back after this. We'll hit this one, and we'll head back this way. We can't head too far back, because 3 jumps already takes us to here, but we can at least loop back a little bit and jump around a bit more before we have to leave. If there's anything up in this top right corner, I'll be annoyed, but we'll deal with that. Before we leave, though, we have an Alpha Mare. So they are indeed a Phantom. They're one of the ones that breaches the room they're in, though, which could be a problem. They only start doing that if they get damaged, but it does still mean that, like, if they get mind-controlled or if someone hits them with a gun, they might just accidentally put holes in the room they're in, and that's not great. I have a really hard time knowing how to use Phantoms when you're not doing boarding, because these like weird ghost types are all really hazardous. They have extremely high sabotage speed, so if they get mind controlled, it's an immediate problem. They just cause a lot of problems. You can't slow them down because they can walk through walls, so they go wherever they want. I just don't know what to do with them yet. We'll figure it out, I guess. You can stand here for now. But, yeah, they're tricky. We do need to rename him, though, so... We need a... I don't know if there's many ghost robots that would make good, a good name choice here for them. Ghosts are pretty much just borders. Yeah, well, and anaerobic ships, they were pretty good for our Lanius run, exactly. Because they don't die, so you can leave them on stations. But, like, yeah, they really feel like they're more of a liability than anybody else on a ship that they actually need to stay on. So, we'll see here. Either way, we do need to rename this one. I liked Tron. Yeah, Ghost is good. I was thinking about Ghost earlier. I don't remember who I think it was Tachikoma, maybe? Was it somebody who died? I don't remember. Ghost is pretty good. Cortana's decent too. I'm gonna go with a Ghost from Destiny. Alright. That is also silly, so I like it. Now, as far as what we need to be upgrading, I think the thing I want the most right now is just more hull. So that's going to be a bit of a pain to try and get to. We have a little bit of money we could put into internal upgrades. If I remember correctly, we upgraded our shield recharge all the way. Yep. So one thing that we could go to buy here is Aether shielding. That'll give us a 3-point Zoltan shield, which I think is just great. I don't really see any reason not to take this. It just gives us more time to defend ourselves, makes our border protection a little stronger, means we can't get mind controlled immediately. It just seems like a good choice. So I'm going to grab this upgrade now. Voila, 3 bars of Zoltan shield. Delicious. I think we're going to save the rest of our money, though, because if we can find a way to heal, we're going to need to. That is the one thing I'm a little worried about, is dying to chip damage on this ship. Let's jump over the Dynasty spot here, though, because that could be what we came here for, and it also might be really nasty. So jumping here with less health is a bit of a risk, but we'll find out. The Dynasty seems to appreciate keeping a very close watch over potential threats. So close, in fact, they've set up a forward station all the way out here. Maybe it contains data worth something to you? Oh, it's a space station. This is an interesting question. We're going to attack it because we're doing crimes. This will probably tell us where the actual location is, and it might also give us some free slowdown on the rebels, because I think we've had this station earlier in this same run. But we're going to blow them up, and we'll see what happens. If the Dynasty is watching this center, chances are they've already collected a ton of data, and data in any form is valuable to us. So they are going to be cloaking immediately, which is kind of annoying for our ability to take advantage of our extra defensive time here, but they can't board us until that's done, so that helps. Let's do nothing here. They do have a drone that I don't know if I've seen. This one I'm pretty sure is a flak drone, but I don't know what that other one is. And that means our Zoltan shield is not going to last long. It's another flak. Okay, they have 2 different kinds of flak, but it seems like neither of those kinds of flak can actually hurt Zoltan shields. So that's fun. Oh, that one can. Okay. The actual flak drone can hurt Zoltan shields. This seems like it's a stun flak, but I don't know for sure what that actually is. Alright, we've been boarded. Where are they? They're probably going to oxygen, because they always do. Yeah, hello. We have an Alpha Phantom chilling out in our oxygen, and a bomb going somewhere. Hopefully, the bomb doesn't go anywhere important. It missed. Fantastic. We love to see it. So, now we have to actually start powering up our weapons. We have the Alpha Phantom here is equal to our Alpha Mare in general combat. They're just really good at sabotage, but since we got here fast enough, we should be able to handle them. So that should be fine, because we have the advantage of the Engi medbots, which should keep us going. Now, I would love to start pummeling these goons, so let's do just that. I don't know what this weapon is, but I'm probably not going to get the time to actually try and stop it just yet. Oh, bad timing for a bomb hit. Alright, let's get some backup crew over there and get ready to plasma bomb out their weapons or plasma cannon out their weapons so they can't keep doing that. Nasty shot right in the weapons there. That's going to make our life a little harder. They probably just teleported someone else over to us. I didn't see if the timer was stopped on that one or not. Yeah, they did in fact teleport someone else over to us, which also means it is going to be harder for us to properly stop their attacks. Our Phantom is now losing the fight, so we got to bring Tachikoma here to give them some backup. Our drone system is going to start taking damage really fast too, so let's get some backup in there. We should be able to handle the borders now, so that should be okay. The stunner is going to stay offline, but as long as it keeps hitting shields, they shouldn't be able to bring them back online. I forgot about the cloaking. That is going to make our life a little harder, I think. They're probably going to be back up to full power there. These guys don't explode or anything. I think we can kill them safely. These are all just Phantoms and Alpha Phantoms. Yeah, looks like we're fine here. So we've killed one of them, which is good. This one's running back over to help take out our oxygen, which I don't love. We are suffocating in there now, but since we have a Phantom who can stay in the room, the suffocation doesn't actually matter. The doors also don't matter, but and neither do the sensors, based on who we're fighting. But keeping people in those rooms means they're at least more central in the ship, so I think it'll still make sense for us long term. They're about to get their shields back now. Yeah, let's energy stunner them real quick. And plasma them right through the gap. Yeah, system down, baby. That's what we like to see. Okay. Once that hole is fixed, we need to... Oh, there's another hole? Yeah, there is. There's one underneath us. Alright, well, that's fine. It looks like they've just boarded us again, which means there's a fair chance they're coming back to oxygen, but we'll deal with that when they get there. I think we're going to hit them in the weapons because we do not want them to keep shooting those bombs at us. Now we can bring the other energy stunner online, so that's good. There are ghosts somewhere on our ship, but I don't know where. They're indoors. Okay. They are going to destroy it before I can get there, but that's fine. The doors actually don't really matter for us right now. So we can deal with that. These guys are not that dangerous right now. All their weapons are turned off. We're going to fire this at the cloaking to hopefully prevent them from going away again. And they should go down before they have a chance to do anything else to us. They decided to flee. Alright, we're looking good here. I think that should take them out. Oh, the outpost has fallen. This definitely won't please the dynasty, but what are they going to do about it? 3 fuel, drone part, 51 scrap, and we got map data and a fleet delay. Delightful. The prizes of our crimes are numerous. I don't actually see another special beacon, though. I kind of assumed there would be one because I thought there was something here about there actually being a capital nearby. Interesting. The only problem that I've got here is that I want to get to one of these stores before anything too bad happens to us, but I'm not sure if we can actually get there. It's 4 jumps away, and we can probably only make it to here before that beacon gets overrun, which is 1 jump too... It's 3 jumps away, but it's still 1 jump too many. So I think we're going to have to aim for the civil store. We'll go up this way and then work our way back around and jump around in there for a bit. It's not ideal, but we do need to be able to heal because I'm a little worried about chip damage killing us right now. Will they serve us? No idea. We've made so many enemies, they might not. But there is a distress beacon over here we can go check out too, so I guess we'll go figure it out. Let's jump up this way and see what they've got for us. I'm going to save the rest of our money because we're going to a store, so we'll see if they've got anything fun. Looks like something important is going on nearby. You pull closer and see a group of Dynasty vessels parked around a disabled auto ship, shouting at it with their weapons charged. Well, ask them what's happening.
We've captured the demon. Hark, yet it speaks not. Speak, foul beast, speak! By the command of the Prime Reaper, we demand ye speak! That's an auto ship. The ghost's head swivels to face you. Huh? What garble do you speak? It's not alive, it's just a machine. Before the ghost can respond, suddenly the auto ship powers on. Looks like the ghost didn't do a good job of disabling it, and you'll have to help them or run. Alright, well, let's do some last-minute checkups and heal for 1. And they got a lot of lasers on there, but they should be pretty easy to take out. They do have... I don't know what this is. I'm not familiar with that gun design. It seems like it just shoots. So, like, fair enough. It does the thing you would expect it to do. But I don't know what it shoots. And all of their systems are down. This is what makes the plasma so ridiculous. It does 2 bars of system damage and 3 bars of ion damage, so one shot basically does 5 bars of system damage. So over the top. Shut down their whole arsenal. So, like, it's still pretty good, and that's why I'm going to keep using it. It's just very effective for the cost. But it does slow down our actual kill time, so we just have to be careful about what that actually means for us. We are missing a lot of shots, which doesn't surprise me. This ship probably has pretty high evasion, since they don't have very many systems. The ones they do have are likely very good. So, hitting them in the helm here should make us much more accurate. And this salvo will kill them. Goodbye, auto-destroyer. You put up a good fight. Luckily, the auto ship showed no chance against us. We hope the ghost won't mind that disabling the ship wasn't an option. A missile, drone part, 44 scrap, and, oh, the demon is dead! Most excellent. We will learn the secret of the heart someday. Mayhaps the Federation could assist the dynasty in future years. Nay, a hopeless theory. But we shall hold our honor and respect your stance with most bountiful pay. 39 scrap and exovests. We only have room for 1 of these. Do we want max health, movement, and healing speed? Or the signal diluter? I feel like the exovest could be pretty good if healing speed affected, if healing... It's too bad I have to sell it now. I'm about to get to a store. But I'm going to take the exovest because I think they're going to be more useful. If healing speed affects the energy medbots, then it'd be really cool. I don't think it does. But let's go to the store and see if our crimes catch up to us. Will they let us shop here? It seems the store is broadcasting from within a nebula. You press on further inside the clouds. There's only one other ship at this beacon, showing minor damage. They explain they are running with pirates and are now selling off their equipment to fund repairs. We did explode one of these earlier, and I'm pretty sure... Was this the event that gave us the double bad karma? Because I would love to do it again, but I really need to buy some heals. So as much as I would love to do crimes, we're going to put the crimes aside for our own benefit briefly here. Let's see what they're selling. We have time to do something else aboard the ship. Okay, I guess we will then. Interact with a crew member. Oh, this lets us split our ghost. Yeah, I think we're not going to do that. Having them one tougher creature, I think, is better for us than 2 ghosts that put holes in our ships. So, we're going to perform a task instead. Oh, I can't. I can repair the hull, but that sucks. So... Oh, you're right. That's what it was. It was killing a ship that was full of people we had just rescued another ship. Yeah. Our crimes are numerous, it turns out. Let's go ahead and buy a bunch of heals, because that's what we came here for. Back up to 25 is much safer. We don't need any of these. I might buy a regular Phantom. They're not great, but they're okay. And they don't hurt us like the Wraith or the Lanius potentially could. The drones, I don't think we want. None of those seem particularly exciting. These systems are kind of boring too. I was hoping they'd have like the fun systems, but no, they've got nothing fun here.
Alright, well, let's go make some money. We're going to sell the manager, we're going to sell the charge laser and the conservative laser, and I think I am going to sell the energy too. The energy stunner plasma cannon combo is still working for me, and I don't think I'm going to put this back in at this point. So we'll sell that for even more cash. Of the other stuff they've got here... yeah, I don't know. We could get a teleporter, but like I'm not going to use it. Our whole setup is not really conducive to supporting boarding. So I think we just leave it. We have another amp ion drone, but we already have an amp energy drone, and I think it's more of what we want for being able to kill our enemies at the same time, so we'll just leave it as it is. That means we have a ton of cash to burn, though, and I think that means we're going to go ahead and buy level 4 shields. With our defense drone around, that's probably the most valuable thing we could get, although maybe just level 5 engines first would be a good call. The real problem we're going to have is that I wanted a backup battery or something else that would give us some more power, because right now we're almost capped out on power bars and we're basically using it all. I'm going to grab the engine for now, because that dodge is pretty nice. And I'll hold a little bit of money in case we find something else fun that we can spend it on. For now, though, it's distress beacon time. And it looks like I was wrong. We actually could have made it to the store. The thing that I forgot to account for is the fact that the beacons actually are a little shorter between jumps than normal because we're in a nebula. That's fine, though. Let's jump over this distress beacon, and then we'll wiggle our way back down and see what else we've got in this sector. You have barely a moment to investigate the source of the distress call before it comes to you. A vagabond vessel approaches carrying a Phantom Alpha. Hail to me! I am Anadio, grandfather to Decius. Though time has been most cruel, I look to you for respite from the constant heckling that I am plagued with. I believe you, or if you're his grandfather, then how are you not still in charge? This just seems like unnecessarily rude, but I believe you is also a really weird thing to say. Both of these are weird responses to this question. Okay, what do you need help with? Would be a more reasonable question. I'm just gonna say I believe you and see what he says. Ha! I hardly believe it. If you're telling the truth, then I demand you solve for me one problem which ails me. My most critical skeptic, a Reaper captain named Tychanius, resides nearby in this system. See to it that he perishes, and I will join your crew. You should be honored to even be presented such a chance. Well, I'll take another free crew member. Sure, why not? You're working with the old prune. That asswad has never ceased to annoy me. Didn't know the Federation employs asswad sympathizers, breather. Alright, they've got another cloaking and a teleporter, and it looks like they're energy and beam based. So that might not be very much fun. Yeah, energy, and I don't know what beam that is, but it looks scary. Let's go ahead and turn our drones on, because if we can stop those energy shots, that will make us much safer for at least one round. We do have 2 energy to spare, but they're going to be boarding us, so I'm probably going to want to keep the medbay powered for now. Alright. Asswad is your favorite Shakespearean insult? Yeah. It's a weird tonal shift, but I think it's really just that the Reapers don't speak in the same Shakespearean way that everyone else does. Let's go ahead and pummel through the shields, and then I think we're going to take their weapons out directly. Because I don't really want to get hit by that thing. They did board us, though, so they're in our weapons already. Let's get the defense team over to help out. This is where those exovests comes in handy. Our rockmen are slightly less agonizingly slow now. I'm going to switch one energy stunner over to cloaking to prevent them from being able to just dip super fast. Never mind, they dipped really fast. Alright, back to your stations then, lads. Have a really fast charge on that thing. I guess I should probably un-auto-fire these for the moment, because I'll probably need a second to see what the state of the ship is once we actually get them targetable again. Yeah, all their shield bars came back online. That's fine. We'll just energy stunner and plasma the shields down, and that should do the job. These are alphas, both of them? Yeah, alright. Lots of alphas on this ship, but we should be able to take them. And another person has teleported into the doors. They are really being polite and going to the rooms I'm already standing in. Because, man, these guys sabotage so fast. Very convenient that they're hitting us where we're already standing. I think we just pummel them. I'm going to switch this one back to weapons because I'm a little worried about that beam. They haven't been able to hit us yet, so we're probably safe, but I still don't love it. And they're about to cloak again, so I should have split fire to the cloaking, but I was a little too slow. Somebody else just teleported. I think it was these guys leaving. So we'll bring you back over to the sensors for spreading. Pardon my intrusion. I come not to bring you word of my surrender, but rather the knowledge that you suck. Yeah, the Reapers seem like they talk almost in Shakespearean, just a little more overtly rude. That's kind of fun. So they went back home again. I feel like they've got like definitely got some high-level systems in there. I just don't know exactly what they are. Let's keep that system offline, though. They have come back. Alright, they're in shields this time. That's fine. We can handle that. And unfortunately, the timing did not go in my favor there, and a bunch of our shots just missed. And they've gone home again. They are really giving us the runaround. This should kill this Reaper, though. Yes, indeed. Ah, you're a bigger asswad than the old man! The ghost vessel explodes, silencing the last of his insults. 2 missiles, drone part, 41 scrap. Let's return to Anadio. At last, peace. There are still several 100 dozen targets to be eliminated, but I shall rest for today. Anadio is a weapons ghost. Who'da thunk? That does take our last slot here. Since they're blue, I am going to go ahead and call them Cortana. It's a good hologram name, and they're the right color now. Our Alpha Phantom here, again, not an incredible choice, but they'll do. I don't know where I want to put them. The nice thing about them is I don't have to worry about them blowing up the room they're in. So I think I'm just going to stand them in the drone control so that if someone teleports in, they can't start damaging it before we can get back up there. So let's save those positions. I would argue that Ghosts and Cortana aren't necessarily evil robots, but they're robots enough that it's fine. I don't know the whole morality of the later phase of the Halo franchise, and I have never really understood what's happening in Destiny, so I will just leave that as it is. That said, though, we have lots of jumping to do, so let's get down further into this sector. The Reapers are the Dynasty's finest vessels. You've heard the Phantoms are hard to please, which says a lot. For these hand-picked elites to be put in charge of the Dynasty's highest matters. Apparently, you classify as one such thing. Whether Cortana is evil, or if ghosts are technically evil. Ghosts in general, I think, can be evil if they want to be. I think they have a little bit more variety within the ghost population. And Cortana, I don't know. I stopped playing after Halo 3 ODST. So, I don't know what's going on in that series anymore. Let's fight these guys, though. Again, with the drone arsenal. That's a big-looking gun. Alright, these guys look a little bit scarier than the ones we fought before. They should be hopefully manageable. They've got no boarding or other mind-affecting powers. But I'm a little concerned about that arsenal. So let's see if we can't take it out. Cortana just went insane. Ah, okay. Fair enough. And there goes our drone control, but thankfully we have at least 2 barriers of spare energy. I think this might be a breach bomb, though, which will hit for 4 barrier levels. No, it's just 2. That's manageable. Let's get the crew in there to stop that from repeating itself. And let's see how this... We have missed every shot here? That's awful. Ooh, the beam got right through us, too. That's really bad. Okay. We have a lot of repairs to go do here. Let's go, team. The real problem is just that we keep missing their shields, and they're about to cloak again. Yeah, there they go. So all of our ion damage will not last. Weapons are back online, so we can bring the stunner back up. The beam might be less dangerous if they fire it while our shields are at full, but if they fire it when the flak hits, that's probably not going to be the case. Since that thing just popped back in, I must have accidentally sniped it and didn't notice. They did just fire another bomb at us, and that one hits the engines. That's not great either. Okay, let's go ahead and plasma cannon down the weapons, because actually, surprisingly, they stayed locked down. That's incredibly good for us. Alright, let's get you back in here, and you two back in there to repair the damage, because we need that evasion chance back, just in case they manage to get systems back online again. But for now, they can't hit us, so we're looking good here. Energy stunner, I'm going to aim you back at the shields too, honestly. Good hit on the helm for them. I probably should have relocated that shot to their cloaking, but right now I just want to keep these systems shut out. It does look like we shot their drone by mistake, which is always annoying when it takes one of our very time-expensive ion projectiles, but what can you do? I'm going to aim it at the cloak, but I think we're going to lose this barrage because they're about to teleport. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. We did, in fact, lose the barrage because they teleported. Or cloaked, I mean. You know what I mean. Let's fire another shot through there. Okay, that'll keep the weapons down for now, but we're going to have to really focus back on shields again because they regenerated all their levels. Yeah, I never really... I think I briefly installed Halo Infinite and then changed my mind and never wound up playing it. Again, this guy is really good at blocking our shots. Really good at it. Thankfully, their cloak barely lasted, so we should be able to hopefully take them out before they can do too much else to us this time. Let's put you back in oxygen just in case. Oh, there's another breach here. You can fix that one then. The joys of having no sight lines on your ship in the nebula. Are things broken? Who knows? This shouldn't kill them. Yeah, they're gonna have 2 health left, so unless we can hit them in the cloaking, we'll be fine. There we go. That one took a while. Reaper ships are no idle threat, but the Dynasty should know better than to throw punches at us. 3 fuel, 1 missile, drone part, and 50 scrap. Ooh, another free loot. The cargo of the Dynasty ship survived the fight. We find a heavy laser Mark III. Is that just a normal heavy laser, but it shoots 3 times? It is. That's pretty good. No, that guy doesn't get added to the "that's really rude" email. It's just annoying. That is a pretty cool laser, though. That's 6 damage output for 3 power. 17-second charge is a little long, but like fire, breach, stun chance, that's a good weapon. We're not going to use it. We're all in on the energy weapons, but it's pretty good. The real problem I'm a little worried about still is power consumption, but we'll figure it out. I'm going to go ahead and invest in our level 4 shields because we can. Alright, let's check we didn't get more holes real fast. No, looks like we're good. Okay, you can go hang out in the oxygen again. That'll do. We have 66 scrap left in the bank. I think we still have 8 jumps until we get out of here, right? So we can do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not great because this one's kind of in an awkward spot. We can go 7, 8 and then come back. We have to hit the exit twice. I should have gone here earlier, I guess. But still, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 will let us use all of our jumps and only waste 1, so we'll deal with it. If we want to spend any other money before we leave, I'm probably going to spend it on some of the support systems that would be nice to have, even if they don't do anything for us yet. We have a bunch of ghosts, though. Is there a ghost upgrade that we would want from our onboard lab? Denser molecules gives them more max health. That would be pretty good, since we're kind of using them as anti-boarding crew right now. We could also get chemical proliferation, which heals them in fires. That's neat, but we're not doing fireboarding, so it's not likely to be relevant. Aerodynamic gases makes us really fast, but doesn't sabotage systems. That actually might be better. Not because it'll be more useful than the extra health for fighting, but the sabotage slowdown means that if we get mind controlled, we don't blow our stuff up as fast. So I think I'm actually going to take this, because it'll be useful to get to borders quicker while we're waiting for the rocks to catch up, and it'll help us not destroy our own stuff quite as fast. So let's go ahead and install that modification. I don't know if it's going to be the right choice, but I'm going to give it a shot. Non-corporealism? What does that one do again? Oh yeah, they can ignore enemies to just attack the systems. That's not what we need. We're using these guys as anti-border crew. We actually need them to fight things. Okay, 51 scrap left to spend. I think that... Well, actually, that's a good question. Internal upgrade options. Is there any other ether tech we want? I don't think so. I'm going to grab the runic translator because I've bought it a couple of times. And, oh, I can't. I need level 2 sensors. Dang. Okay, well... I guess I'll buy level 2 sensors, and then I'll buy the runic translator, because I've never found a use for it, and I'm curious if we will find one. But if I never buy it, how will I know? So let's go ahead and buy this, and maybe we'll go and buy the anomaly detector later too, just to see if it does anything fun. I think the anomaly detector tells you where the Multiverse Renegade is in each... not Multiverse Renegade, where Multiverse Renegade? The Multiverse ship. Maybe they're all Renegades? I don't know. Multiverse ship in each sector is, but... those are good to be able to find, because they often have fun prizes. For now, though, we got more jumping to do, so let's do it. Dynasty doesn't normally take prisoners, but it seems they haven't gotten the desired reaction from the unidentified ship behind them, as you can hear the agitation in the shouting ghost captain's voice. As soon as you enter the system, however, his concentration focuses on us. Another cloaking boarding ship. They really have a theme here. It seems like that's what spectral ships do. Spectral ships are cloaking boarding. And like, fair enough, I can deal with that, but also, it's a lot of cloaking boarding people. They're still renegades, they're just actually reneged. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Aha! They fired a whole salvo and did not get through our Zoltan shield. So if we can fire fast enough to take out their systems and then fire in weapons here... Oh, they got one shot through and it did break the Zoltan shield. No! I was gonna say they won't even be able to board us, but unfortunately that is not the case. They will be able to board us. If our drone ever stops shooting them in the cloaking. Oh, that's not the teleporter. They're gonna be boarding us in a second, aren't they? I guess the energy stunner might be keeping some people locked down here. I don't know. No one's coming over though, so I'll take it. If they don't want to fight me, I will let them die. Oh! They dodged one shot that would have killed them. Wild. That's fine. They can hide all they want. As soon as they come back, they're dead, and they can't hurt us right now, so... Oh, they did board us at the last second, which is mean. Mean to their crew, I mean. Because now they have to die a slow death instead of just exploding. We catch a glimpse of glittering wisps of color floating out of the hull as it collapses. Have the ghosts escaped their horrible fate, or is this merely the equivalent of a corpse being flung out into the cosmos? You really aren't sure. We get 2 fuel, 2 missiles, 30 scrap, and we can collect the Dynasty ship's victim. What does that mean? Oh, it's a human. I got bad news for you. Looks like the victim was just some civilians. Thanks for the help. Is nowhere safe anymore? I choose to come here over a trip through the hive, but
I think it might have been safer the other way around. My ship's ruined. I think I'll come with you.
Bad news, buddy. You're not coming with me. Goodbye. You can go join your friends out there. Let's turn the medbay on so we're getting our automatic healing again. Once these guys go down, we will deal with it. There we go. You can go over there again. We have 51 scrap again. I will buy the anomaly detector just for fun. It's level 3 sensors that I needed. I wasn't paying attention. I thought, did it not just say level 2 sensors last time I was here? Am I blind? I might be blind. I thought it only said I needed level 2 sensors, which is why I bought them, but now it says I need level 3, and I guess I can get level 3. It's just not what I wanted. Let's jump down here and then make our way back up again. It did say 3? Ah, okay. I was just blind.
The demons linger about. Come aboard. It's safe from them here. I have many wonders aboard. Maybe you'd like one?
A softly speaking ghost waves for you to come aboard. Yeah, alright. You step aboard the ship and find it's full of oxygen. Around the walls are hanging various small trinkets.
These are my prized creations. Would you care for one? Only 10 scrap.
A totem of war, 8% fire rate. That's probably a pretty good option. Emblem of speed, more crew movement speed, and FTL recharge rate. Crew movement speed is nice. Ingot of fortitude is also pretty good though. More shield charge speed, 20% more is actually pretty darn good. 10% system sabotage resistance is unlikely to proc, but it's cool you get it. It's basically a mini hardened system. At this point, it's definitely either Fortitude or War. Because we have the defense drone, I think I'm going to go War here. Giving us faster fire rate on the energy weapons just makes them better every time the speed increases. So, I'll take the Totem of War, thank you.
Just don't ask how it works.
You head back to the ship, uncertain what to do with the object. You finally decided to place it on your dashboard and hope it works there. Yeah, we're up to 8.8 second recharge time. It's a half second for 10 scrap. That is a good deal. Very good deal. Alright. What else have we got going on here? I think at this point we just keep jumping. We got more space to cover. I keep forgetting that we can do this. The fact that the jumps don't go as far as they say they do keeps throwing me off. We can come fight this, but it does have anti-ship batteries, which could be a problem. We don't have the signal jammer anymore. I guess it'll be fine. We want to get as many jumps in as we can, so let's go fight this beacon.
Demons and vagabonds whittle my sanity down to its core, and yet now I hear news that my brothers and cousins aboard the Guard have been slain. What's worse than by the hand of the mongrel who stares into me now? Draw your weapon, breather, and fight me.
Alright, we have a person who's mad we killed the guards. Unfortunately, we can't do anything about their support anymore, but they have so many of these flak drones. Let's go ahead and bring our drones online. They are going to be boarding us, but they'll give us a bit of time before they do. There's the ASB. Unfortunately, this is going to pummel our shields. They've got an ion, energy weapon, a stunner, laser, a basic laser, and a heavy laser. Their arsenal doesn't seem that dangerous, just that they're cloaking, so we'll have a hard time stopping them from getting in here. Yeah. That's fine. Ghosts, come help. What just happened here? Did they shoot our defense drone down? They must have. Something must have killed it. That's annoying. Alright, well, that's fine overall. Let's just recharge our weapons and pummel them back. They do have a target lock on us, so we might get a big slap here, because we can't really do anything about it. Let's plasma as soon as we know how much damage they're taking. All the way down, weapons it is. Perfect shot. Oh, delicious. All right, let's run you quickly over to the med bay. We don't know what's about to get shot, but oh, it missed. Fantastic. Other than the borders, they actually can't do much to us right now, so we will just deal with them as it goes. Now, the one problem is that I kind of want to try and take out that cloaking, because I knew that was about to happen. Unfortunately, I was a little too slow to stop that salvo from going off at the exact wrong time. Let's plasma them in the shields. I missed that too. Our aim is struggling. They have the ASB lock again. Hopefully this one will also miss us, if they feel like being very generous. The next shot, I believe, is the one that actually has a chance to hit. That got through their shields. I think we're going to try and snipe out their weapons again. I missed again. It did miss us. They have incredibly poor aim, just like us. I will take it. Let's turn our defense drone on since they have weapons again. I'm going to turn our oxygen off for a minute to turn on the healing so we can regenerate our rockmen. There we go. Weapons offline just before the cloak hits. Fantastic. You love to see it. And let's go ahead and turn the breathing back on again, actually. As much fun as it is to have no oxygen allowed, this is not a crew who agrees with that philosophy. They do have 2 more boarders coming in, so let's zip our anti-border team over to greet them. They do have another target lock on us, so we'll see if that matters. Let's go ahead and turn the healing back on since we're fighting again. And I think this time we're going to plasma them in the cloaking, so they can't keep doing that. There we go. Next plasma is going back on weapons to make sure they don't get to shoot us for free. They missed again. We actually have incredible luck here with not getting pummeled by their ASB shots. They haven't hit a single one, and they're about to die. Delightful. And they went home right before it. Perfect. Could not ask for better than that. We gather the remnants of the reinforcements that we can't stay long because of the ASB. 2 missiles, drone part, 41 scrap, and we're going to go ahead and run away because we have no reason to stay here. Next beacon it is. Good stuff. We weren't really prepared to encounter a slug hacker vessel out here, but it looks like they're having some sort of auction with a few pirates and even a Reaper vessel. Well, let's inquire. The hacker pauses his counting to introduce you.
Why, I have invented a piece of tech unlike any you've seen, capable of fully disassembling autopilots running off non-essential backup power, or shut it off entirely for only 2 reactor bars. These Dynasty folks seem to really want it. If you're going to bid, you have to enter at least, 30 scrap.
I don't know what this is. If it's an augment, I can't afford it. I could buy it, but I can't keep it. Like, what am I gonna do with that? I have a feeling it's not a passive upgrade. Because if it was a passive upgrade, we could just grab it. But if it's an augment, I'm gonna be stuck. Let's enter the bidding, because if there's any way to fight them, I'm assuming it's by doing something rude in the bidding.
Then let the bidding begin.
The slug begins to call off numbers, and eventually the Dynasty raises the price. I will raise 1 time and see what happens. Still pretty low. The Phantoms raise almost immediately. No, they didn't. The price is 35 scrap. If they wanted to say they raised, at least tell me they bumped it up to 36 scrap, right? I feel like that's not how auctions work. But okay, I guess the question then is, do we want to keep raising? I don't really want to put too much money in here, because if we do, and it's an augment, I'll just have burned a bunch of scrap for no reason, and I can't tell what it is until we actually get them to complete the sale. So that's a bit of a pain. Like, what? Is it worth burning the money just to find out what I could be buying? I kind of don't think so. It sounds like it's just a combat augment, and that's not that exciting for me. I don't have the power to burn on one of those. I think we're just going to abandon it. A little disappointing that there's nothing else that comes of that, but I think that's the right call here, because we can't afford to burn all of our resources on an augment we can't and won't use. Let's jump over here, though, and finish up our sector. Looks like two ships are here. One of unidentified origin and the other dynasty. The dynasty ship doesn't seem to want you around because they attack almost immediately. Yeah, they really are cloaking, teleporting. That's their whole deal. And drones. But the drones don't really matter. Or at least they haven't really mattered so far. They did shred our shields instantly because they're both beam drones, so that's annoying. But our anti-border team should be able to deal with them. I probably should turn the medbay back on and swap the Rockman into the actual combat position, though. So let's do that real quick. Okay. Did they just shoot their own drone out of the sky? It sure looked like they just shot their own drone. I don't know if I've ever seen that happen to the enemy. I'll take it, like, sure. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Let's go ahead and stop them from shooting us again. Thank you. And then we'll split fire on the cloaking to stop them from dodging us. Let's turn the oxygen back on. Get our crew back to stations. Weapons are dead, which is nice. Let's switch this to here and this to there. I think we missed the cloaking, but that's fine. We'll figure it out. Weapons are completely destroyed, and their ship is also. The Dynasty's architects probably cringe every time they catch news another one of their ships have been destroyed. Their fleets have been reduced ever since the great cataclysm of their past, and we certainly aren't helping. 1 fuel, 2 missiles, 46 scrap, and when we contact the victim, are we about to murder another dude? We sure are! The victim was just some civilians. They've made the exact same incorrect decision the last ones did. Goodbye, more or lesser. You are not joining us. Nice try. Alright. We have 124 scrap and 3 jumps left to do here. Drones taking strays from everyone. It sure feels like that, doesn't it? Several Dynasty ships have docked around a medical outpost, including several elite Reaper vessels. What could be going on there? Well, I'm sure nothing bad will happen if we dock. Before you can even step aboard, a Ghost Alpha comes running, but stops when they see you. Behind follows a medical staff. Outsiders. Unforetold, but fortuitous. Our friend here has exceeded splitting capacity, but has yet to divide out of fear. Could you provide some remedy for their caution? You notice the Alpha is trembling, staring at you with its featureless face. So, they've exceeded splitting capacity, but they're trying to convince him to keep splitting? So we can try and tell him to do more splitting, we can tell him not to do more splitting, or we can leave, but weirdly, my 2 alphas don't have an opinion about this? I have 2 different kinds of Ghost Alphas. I feel like they would have an opinion about this. I guess not. Man, the Multiverse mod has so many interesting events and so many interesting blue options you can do, but there's still a bunch of cases where it's like, hold on a second, why can't I use this here? Like, they should be able to tell me if they're trying to kill this person or if this is a normal part of ghost physiology. I don't know. How am I supposed to know? I have a feeling that sheltering the Alpha is a bad choice for us, though, just mechanically. Because if we shelter the Alpha from the other ghosts, we are not going to be able to take them on our crew. Our crew's already full. We have our full 8 capacity, and I'm not really interested in swapping anyone. We could get rid of Cylon because they're just a human, but they are a human that has max weapon skill, and max weapon skill is not nothing. So I'm probably just going to keep this crew as it is for now, so doing something that's likely to get us more crew as the primary benefit seems like a loss. Let's try to talk the Alpha into splitting and see what he does. No matter how much you try, the Alpha simply won't listen to you. You give up and apologize, explaining you don't have any other way to help. What a weird event. I don't know what we would have needed to be able to do something more there, but it sure didn't feel like we had much of a choice. Well, I guess... yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. Let's jump to the exit beacon, hit the Explorer option, and see what they got for us. We explore. The beacon appears to be empty, but we're detecting a very weak, looping, encrypted signal from in the nebula. Well, I have a decoding device, but this is probably not an ancient signal, so this isn't... makes sense that this isn't blue. We can try to find the source or ignore the signal. I'm a little worried that trying to find the source is going to be really slow and is going to mean we can't jump to the other station and back. Let's try and decode it, I guess, and see what happens. The signal's very hard to decode. You're forced to give up or risk wasting too much time. Never mind. Alright, that's a couple of nothing beacons in a row. Let's jump to this fight, back to the exit, and then get out of here. This beacon hosts the Dynasty transport. It's safe to bet the ship is more likely carrying some special tech. If you can kill its crew, their cargo will be yours. Well, we're doing crimes, so we're going to demand the surrender of their goods. We prepare to secure their cargo by force. They are going to be causing us problems at the boarding, though. They are also going to try and flee, and we might not be fast enough to stop them. Because of the cloaking combination, too, they're probably going to get away before we can do anything about it. Where did they go? They're in our oxygen. Okay. Let's get the team in there, then. Flick the medbay on. It's going to be full of holes in a second anyway, probably, so who cares if it gets an extra lack of oxygen. They have very little shield going, so that is in our favor. We have a decent chance of being able to punch through them here. That guy's dead. They have a med bay, not a clone bay, so that ghost is not coming back. Let's go 2 shots on shields. Once that goes through, they're in the med bay. Perfect. Crew, get in there. We go 2 shots on the cloaking and the plasma on the helm. Yeah, not perfect, but we did get 1 shot on the cloaking. We'll deal with that for now. I think what I'm going to do then is I'm going to switch the plasma to the cloaking and leave the other stunner on the helm, because we really don't want them to be able to dodge us or otherwise get away. Let's go ahead and bring the team into weapons. We'll bring just you, I guess. There's not enough room for a 4th. They do not seem like they're really a risk with their arsenal. So if we can keep blasting their evasive options out of commission, we should be okay. I do need to turn my oxygen back on before we start suffocating, though. So let's do that now. Their cloaking is destroyed, their helm is still destroyed, and their shields are down. I think these guys are not getting away from us, but also we're almost certainly not getting the reward because we are not crew killing them. We're just blowing them up. Goodbye, spectral transport. We destroyed the transport, but nothing remains of its cargo. Dismayed, you scrap what remains of the hull and the few supplies that are floating around. 3 fuel, a missile, 42 scrap, and surprisingly, we can get 2 drone parts. I've never seen this before, but sure, I'll collect extra drone parts. Thanks. I don't need them. I have 51 missiles and 24 drone parts, but, like, I'll take them. Why not? Alright, back to the exit we go, then. Is there anything else we want to do while we're here? I think what we want to do is just repair the hull. It's effectively free. I have a lot of money, but there's no way I'm going to burn through that many drone parts in what's left of the time without getting more back. So we're going to go ahead and do some free 7 health repair since it's exactly how much damage we had. And let's get out of here. Next sector it is. I could spend more money before we leave, but I want to save it in case we find a fun shop that lets us buy one of the systems we're missing. So let's get out of here first. The Emancipated Sanctuary. I don't think I've ever seen that location before, but it doesn't have an exclamation mark, so I'm tempted to go to the hunting grounds. I assume this is like a free mantis location, which would be a little bit of a pain for us. Free mantis borders would not be my favorite thing to be fighting, but the Emancipated Sanctuary speaks to me because I have no idea what it is. I don't think I've ever seen it. But I don't know if I want to go there when we're giving up an obvious exclamation mark. I wonder what it would be. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure the exclamation mark is what indicates that something is unique, right? So that probably means that the hunting grounds is still a better option for us just because they have the exclamation mark. So, man, I don't know. They both sound interesting. Let's go to the hunting grounds. I don't want to spend too much time here. Exclamation mark means ship, exactly. We didn't get the one that was in this area, so I have no idea what I was supposed to do in there, because I did not see something that seemed to imply that we missed something. But I want to go to the Emancipated Sanctuary. It's just such a weird location. But it's fine. We'll go fight some mantis, probably. Alright. We go to the hunting grounds. It is indeed a free mantis location. I got that right. The Ministry fleet and the Bishop vessel were detected. This ex-Zoltan sector is often visited by the Free Mantis. Ministry citizens are the prime prey for the Free Mantis clans as revenge for the violent rejection they received during their emigration. Okay, so they are just murdering Zoltans here. That's a fun pink design. A Warlord Guard? I don't think I've ever seen that. This sector, according to your databases, belongs to both the Free Mantis and Zoltan Ministry simultaneously. A battleground between the two. After the Zoltans refused the Free Mantis refugees' entry, the Free Mantis attacked full force and captured several sectors of their own. This sector appears to be revered in the favor of hunting Zoltan citizens out of spite. Interesting. So, now we have to make a real decision. We are doing crimes, right? But if there's a ship for sale here, do we have to not do crimes to see if we can actually get the thing we need from these people? Because I don't know. I don't know if we're helping the Zoltan or we're helping the Mantis here. A Warlord Guard is protecting the entrance, likely to prevent Zoltan ships from entering.
Scans show Federation. Welcome, but hope you don't mind. Must search ship for Zoltan.
Well, I do have a Zoltan, so I guess we're just gonna fight them? We're not gonna let them do anything to our crew member. They power our shields, so let's just fight them. It'll be fine. We've decided to ignore any possibility of a peaceful resolution and turn to destroying the Free Mantis ship immediately because that's what we're here to do. However, they look like they have the big Mantis, so that's going to be a problem. We've gained more notoriety with the Free Mantis. Let's do nothing. How many of these? Warlords. Oh. Massively increased damage and speed. Each cast costs 7 health. They only have 90 health. That's interesting. Oh, that's an interesting thought, Ginger. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that might be why we didn't see the other quest beacon in the Spectre sector. Mostly Mantises, but 2 Warlords on that ship. Alright, well, they can't board us right away, so that means we have a chance to do something about it. Or do they have a Zoltan shield bypass? Of course they do! They hunt Zoltan! What am I thinking? Of course they have a Zoltan shield bypass. Anyway, they're signaling ASB backup. We can deal with that. They mind-controlled our Alpha Mare, which is annoying, and they teleported in there, but that should be okay. Let's get our crew in to deal with that. Power up the medbay, and no, he's flown off to go blow up our oxygen. That's a little annoying, because I can't really do anything about it right now. If I put people in there, they're gonna get beat up really fast because they're gonna be taking damage from a Mantis and from the Mare mind-controlled. Oh, never mind. There we go. Okay, problem solved. We can just send you back in to repair that while they leave us alone. Are you going to the med bay? Going to the engines? Where are you going? Oh, you're going all the way to the shields, aren't you? All right. Well, let's get our crew over there then. Why did you go the long way around? What is this happening? What is going on? All right, let's not worry too much about that. Let's just pummel these guys. They have a lot of guns, so I think we're going to make sure they don't have a lot of guns anymore. There we go. Unfortunately, our Zoltan is getting murdered, so let's get them out of here where we can get our crew in to help back up. There we go. Now you can come back in and chill out as support. And their arsenal is now significantly depleted, but they are going to be sending a Warlord over in a second. I'm a little worried about that. I think we're going to split the stunners so that one of them shoots the teleporter and see if we can prevent them from being able to send more crew over before we're ready to deal with them, because that will be a problem. ASB's on the way, so let's get more power in the engines to try and dodge that. We did, in fact, hit them in the teleporter, although it was the second after they decided to run away. And that weapon's in trouble. That is a lot of fire in there for a ship that's mostly made of Mantis. All right. Let's repower our systems here. I think we're going to switch this one to mind control because, man, that mind control is running for a long time. ASB target lock is a little scary here. I'm going to run you over to the med bay. Did I just get this guy hit by that shot perfectly? Incredible. All right. You're going to come back over and fix this. You're both... I can't have you both leave, can I? I don't want them to destroy the system all the way. Hopefully this should be about to time out. I'm going to at least take the Zoltan out so we're not doing double damage to him. And this should shut down that system anyway, and it wore off perfectly. Okay, we're good. We're good. Let's get people... You can come down here to repair the damage. You can chill out wherever you stand, and you can come take over shields control. That should do the trick. Actually, I'm going to put you in the med bay so you heal faster. And we're going to repower the shields back to full. Thank you very much. Okay. They are about to board us with more people again if we're not careful, so I'm going to try and take a shot at that, and I guess we'll move the plasma to the helm? I guess plasma teleporter, why not? Unfortunately, we keep putting more breaches in this system because... Did they literally teleport the second before I disabled the system and destroyed it? Incredible. They have such great timing, these dastardly Mantis. Where are you? Oh, it's just ASB target lock. I thought that was saying that they had boarded us again, but it was not the intruder's message, it's just the target lock message. Okay, that's fine. We are probably going to take another hit here then, unless we get very lucky. Let's put power back into the engines, because we're probably due for a shot right about now. They are destroyed, though, and they did hit us in the engines. That's too bad. Get the team in here for support. We defeated the Free Mantis Guard. Whatever might have been in their cargo has been destroyed. We get a fuel, drone part, and 46 scrap. And they have left. They are going to get some reinforcements, I'm sure, but let's do our salvage operation. What do I got? The immediate area on the beacon yields little, but after diving much deeper into the system, we stumble across an inactive pirate ship. Scans didn't turn up before. I don't really want to send a team to loot it. Let's just scrap the hull. We get 2 missiles, a drone part, and 19 scrap. I don't want to lose crew right now. We've got a decent team going here. Once we get our systems back online, we can send people back to their base locations and move out. But first, we can take a look at what the sector looks like. What are we dealing with here? Outpost and a distress beacon. Okay, well, I guess we'll go to those. I have a feeling they're not going to be happy to see us because we just killed their people, but you never know, right? Now, are there any other options we can do that are self-powering systems? I don't think so. I think it's really just the teleporter that can do that. Because engines aren't self-powering, shields aren't self-powering, unsurprisingly, weapons aren't self-powering. Drone control just makes internal drones faster. We already have medbot dispersal. What does this do again? Extra movement speed. That might actually not be bad, to be honest. We're moving Rockmen around real slow, and we're keeping the medbay powered by at least 1 bar most of the time so that they're getting medbot dispersal. That's just free movement speed. What's the other option here for the medbay? Safety blankets puts fires out? Oh, fires and suffocation damage in the medbay specifically. Okay, I'm not going to buy that one, but I think I will buy the other option here. Medical stimulants seems like it's basically just free for us. What else have we got? Piloting? No, we don't need those. And door control obviously doesn't do anything in that respect. Okay, there are other options in here we could grab. Defense Scrambler could be interesting. Not because we're dealing with a lot of weapons vulnerable to drones, but just because drones can be a problem. But I don't know if it really matters. None of this seems like it's super relevant right now. Okay, that's fine. I think the medbay upgrade is a good choice for us to make our lives a little easier. We have no shops on hand, so if we want to spend more money, now's a decent time to do it. And I think the thing that I'm going to buy is more doors. We actually can take advantage of the sensors and the doors now, so having those systems upgraded does seem pretty smart, and they don't take power, which is also nice. Let's go ahead and grab the sensors, and then we'll go back and grab the ether sensor upgrade also. Because I wanted that one before, and they wouldn't let me have it. So now we've got the anomaly detector. Voila. Does it tell us where there's a multiverse ship? It's right next to us. Okay, so I guess we'll go outpost. Oh, but how do we get back there? 8 jumps until we get here. That's pretty manageable, actually. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, no problem. 6 and 7 will be right on the cusp of the danger line, but that'll work out. Yeah, that'll do it. All right, outpost it is. Let's go check them out and see what they got. It seems our reputation has caught up with you. Although there's an allied outpost near this beacon, they refuse to return any of your hails and seem to have gone to some sort of lockdown. Looks like we won't be getting any service out of them. Well, that's actually bad news for them, because it means we're going to blow them up, so let's attack the outpost. We arm weapons and engage the station. Unsurprisingly, they're going to be boarding us anyway, and the Freemantis didn't like it. But that's okay, we're horrible pirates. We're just going to do war crimes and see how badly it punishes us. They are teleporting 1 person on board. Honestly, I was expecting a bit worse than that. You can suffocate for a bit before you get through that door. And I will take the power out of medbay to turn on defense drones. They've got a bunch of guns. 2 burst 2s and a heavy something. But I don't think it's going to matter. We are pretty well versed in taking out this kind of enemy. And plasma shot straight to the nothing. Ah! I timed it just wrong, so they managed to get all their shots off. That'll break our Zoltan shield for sure. Never mind, they missed completely. That one broke it. Okay, I knew it was a matter of time. But now their systems are shut down. They're sending a big boarding party. That is a bit of a problem. And they just all mantis pheromones? Get out of there, dude. Whoa. Time to suffocate these idiots. They went ham there. Okay. All of them decided we needed to die right now. That's fine though. We got upgraded doors. We're leveling up to level 4. That'll take them a minute. And their ship's currently on fire and stun locking their shield crew. So what are they going to do about it? Nothing. Let's do a little quick energy stunner on their clone bay to make them regret coming over here. And let's get the backup crew in the med bay so we can deal with the boarders when they do break in, which is now. There you go. Since they have no active weapons, we're just going to double power up the med bay so we can win this battle against this Mantis team. And the fact that they have all used their pheromones means they're not quite as scary as they were a minute ago. In fact, I'll just let that guy in so we can kill him. Alright, they might decide to teleport home soon. They have about one... Never mind, it was about 1 second to do it, and I didn't have time to finish that thought. So it sounds like I was basically correct. Considering how most free Mantis want to join the Federation, something feels off about destroying one of their vessels. Hopefully the warlords will understand what you had to do. 1 fuel, 1 drone part, and 46 scrap. Listen, if they wanted to not get murdered, then they wouldn't fight me. It's that simple. That guy's dead, so let's get our fighting team in here one by one so that they can get the combat experience instead of these guys. You get in there, please. Thank you. Our crew is so fast now. Look at this. They're zooming. Alright. Back to stations, team. That's 2 levels in medbay with that 50% speed increase going for you. Okay. Well, we're making enemies left, right, and center. Hopefully that won't come back to cause more problems for us. But for now, let's make our way over to that multiverse signature, because that should be a fun battle. Our sensors have picked up a refugee ship drifting through the system. No doubt one of many fleeing the rebel advance. It doesn't appear to have detected you, or else it's trying to avoid notice. Let's hail them. As we hail the refugee ship, a Zoltan ship suddenly jumps into the system. It claims the refugees are criminals and accuses you of escorting fugitives. Before you can respond, it cuts communications and powers up weapons. Guys, if you wanted to accuse us of crimes, at least accuse us of a crime we're actually doing. There are so many that we're actually doing. You pick one we're not doing? Alright, listen, if that's what you're feeling, then okay. I'm not gonna tell you no, but like... You have so many better choices. Alright, let's get ready to pummel these guys down. Their shields are destroyed and burning. We love to see it. Incredible work from this defense drone. It is really remarkably valuable. Just consistently making it worth its cost here. We did get hit by that one, but that's okay. We got hit after we just shut down a bunch of their systems, so it'll work itself out. Let's get our team in here to repair the damage. Their crew is all exploding, which is very fun. In fact, can I stunner him in the weapons? Oh, no, hold on. He's moving. Okay, let's stunner him in the shields, and that should kill him. If we turn off our other weaponized abilities here, the fire should kill him, and then we'll get a crew kill success. It might not work. He might unstun before he burns to death. It's gonna be close, and I didn't undo the timing there, so the ship's dead anyway. I forgot that it was still on auto fire. That's too bad. The Zoltan ship breaks apart and we salvage what we can, getting 3 fuel, 1 drone part, and 36 scrap. And when we contact the refugee ship, they thank us for assistance. They give us 1 fuel, drone part, and 20 scrap. It's nothing special, but we'll take it. Let's finish healing Cylon there after taking a missile to the face and send crew back to stations. Yeah, the plasma cannon doesn't do hull damage, but I think it also doesn't do crew damage. It could start more fires. If he was going to run to the medbay, my plan was to plasma cannon the medbay, hopefully before the shields came back online. But it doesn't matter, because it didn't work anyway. That's time to fight a multiverse ship. I'm sure nothing bad will happen over here. We've arrived at a seemingly ordinary beacon, but scans show a slip tunnel opening. A rebel captain appears on the vidscreen, chewing on a squirming bowl of young orchids. While tracking you down, we ran out of food. Now I'm stuck eating these gross baby things. Please, just let me kill you so I can go find some food that doesn't cry when I bite it. Horrible. Alright. Listen, we're the ones that do the crimes here. Stop trying to out-crimes us. They have a hacking system, which they thankfully can't use until our shields go down, but they have an attack drone, so our shields are going to go down pretty fast. Let's bring our tools online. And see how long it takes them to bust through. Oh, it's a beam drone, too. Okay, the Zoltan shields don't last at all, turns out. Let's get ready to pummel their shields then. Because here comes the hacking. Please don't hit anything important. I think I'm just going to plasma them in the shields. I really want to hit them in the weapons, but I don't think we're going to have time. Yeah, we missed a bunch of our shots there. That really sucked, actually. Okay, not good. Our complete lack of... Oh, and they hack us in the shields. And they shoot my drone? Okay, come on. Listen, you guys are not that cool. That's not nice. Like... Who do you think you are? Just so happening to shut down my shields and my other defense system in the same barrage while dodging all my shots? No, no, no. Alright, we're about to get burned here by this drone. The combat drone shouldn't be quite such a big deal, but oh boy, this is going to be nasty, I think. Thankfully, this guy's not so bad, and he just ate a stun shot, which is probably the one that came out of our plasma cannon, which means he is effectively body blocking our most important gun. So that's not good for me. I also really want to shut down their hacking so they can't just destroy our shields for free, you know? But I don't know if we're going to. They just sent a big simultaneous barrage here. Alright, Plasma, you are going to go with the hacking, because I do not want them to do that for free again. Good shot. Alright, Plasma back on weapons now, and we're going to swap our energy stunner back to shields, I think. Just to keep him shut down. Let's swap you with you, and turn the medbay power on by 1. Actually, I'll stick you back in the medbay so you can heal faster. Our shields are mostly repaired. We're about to take a bunch of shots here. I might have wanted to send someone over to help with that a little faster because they might get a shot through. They didn't. We're looking good. Alright, this ship is going to die then. They can no longer hurt us. Their whole ship's on fire. They are cooked. They just don't know it yet. Alright, let's get you two swapped out again. No, close that, please. You come out here. There you go. And that is a dead node setter. Good try. Another rebel turned to dust. Whether it's the signature orange of mainstay rebels or the blue of these specialized invaders, a dead rebel is the only good rebel. With a couple of exceptions, of course. You'd fancy a rebel who gave you free scrap. That'd be a good rebel for sure. No, wouldn't. We're in the murder. We're doing murder today. We'll take a fuel, a drone part, and 43 scrap, but that's not that exciting of a multiverse reward, sadly. Hopefully we'll find more exciting rebels in the next beacon. Get over here, please. Okay, 196 in the pocket. Is there anything I want to spend it on? The real problem that I mentioned earlier is that we actually don't have any power left. So I can put more points into things, but they're kind of just buffer bars at this point. And that's not terrible, it's just not that exciting. I think I will take a bar in piloting just to give us the protection against taking an unfortunately timed shot to the helm. So I'll just take both of those upgrades so we don't risk getting set to 0 evasion at an untimely way. But I think we'll hold on to the rest of the cash and see if we can't get something more exciting to spend it on later. We're going to work our way to the distress beacon and then back to the other multiverse signature. The Free Mantis haven't reacted well to the Zoltan's aggressive resistance to their presence, but the ship at this beacon appears to have taken that to the next level. The Zoltan kill ship. What does it say on the side? The Zoltan... Zoltan are bad. Alright, this ship's funny. Is this maybe our quest giver? We'll find out, I guess. Let's hail them, because that's funny. These guys are my kind of criminals.
Federation have come to admire a brilliant arsenal of disgusting Zoltan piglet murder. If wanted, we share tech with you, so you may murder Energy Freak too.
Hard light bypass. I don't need that, but that is funny. Let's ask about their big beam weapon. I guess it's this.
This is Zoltan Deleter, cherished weapon that murders Zoltan fast, but not to kill others, that rude. If Federation want gun, they must prove worthy.
Yeah, okay. I'll agree to the challenge. I'm not gonna use it, but I'll sell it.
Okay, then let most daunting battle begin.
I don't know what it is, but I guess we'll find out. It's a big looking beam. Hey, Carlos. Yeah, the hard light bypass discount was very affordable. Oh, they can hard light bypass me. Of course they can. I keep thinking that my that my Zoltan shields are gonna protect me here, but like, no, that's explicitly not how this works. All right, that's fine. Let's get our crew back to where they need to be. Turn our drones on, and we'll deal with them. I do want to get the mayor out of the room so he doesn't put more holes in it, though. So let's swap you out for our Rockman. Okay, surprisingly, they actually don't seem interested in boarding us right now, which is kind of cool with me. This does look like a very scary weapon, though, so let's try and bring it offline pronto. We did just put a breach in this room for no reason, but that's how it goes. Good blocking on our side. This beam is gonna delete whatever our defenses are no matter what we try, but can we sneak a shot in? Yeah! Oh, poor guys. 1 damage to our shields, and then their whole weapon system is broken and on fire, and their whole crew is nothing but Mantis. Aww. They're gonna have such a hard time dealing with that. Poor little fellas. Alright, we do want to take out the mind control because it seems like they got a really long one. And I don't want to have to deal with that forever, so let's just turn that off, get our crew back in the med bay, and heal back up again. Okay, energy stunner. I have a little bit more variety here. Let's make sure that guy dies, and just for fun, we'll take out their clone bay. They will regret doing a friendly battle with us. They will regret all of this. On the brink of destruction, the Free Mantis finally surrender.
Oh, most worthy Federation, you've proven yourself. It is most high honor that I bestow Zoltan Deleter upon you. May it bring you the finest of hunt.
Alright. Zoltan Deleter acquired. This ship's probably gonna burn to death while we watch, but like, it's fine, right? It's maybe not fine. They might be dead over there. What is the Zoltan Deleter? The Free Mantis' spite against Zoltans escalated to unimaginable levels, this terrific weapon being a testament of it. Does moderate damage to any type of crew, but condemns all Zoltan to certain death. So it's... Is it just a weapon that kills Zoltan? Because the damage on it isn't enough to kill them directly. It's just 45 crew damage. But it's a 10 shield piercing crew murder gun. This thing seems kind of wild, actually. 13 seconds charge time, 90 beam length, 10 shield piercing, 45 crew damage, 100% affliction? Like, that seems pretty good. This seems pretty good. It does say the damage is reduced by 1 for every shield bar on the enemy, but like, shield piercing says no? So... I don't think we can afford to use it, but it seems crazy. We could swap it in for the plasma just to give a bit of crew murder a chance, but this is a pretty effective strategy we're working with right now. Alright, we gotta move over here to the distress beacon and this quickly. There's another distress beacon here which we're gonna have to sadly leave behind, but let's get to this one and see what they do. I might be able to get back there in time? I don't think so, though. Unvisited location, what have you got? Rebel ships are all about firing upon a group of unarmed civilians and a Free Mantis ship escorting them. You haven't been noticed. Well, let's take on the biggest ship to scare off the smaller rebels. We target the strongest of the rebel ships, an elite bomber. This won't be fun. I don't know about that. I don't necessarily agree. They have a cloak, though, which does make it a little bit less fun. Everyone's got cloaks these days. Energy, defense drone online. This is a little ion guy I don't like very much, because that's going to shut down our fancy shield real fast. But realistically, we're just trying to hope we shoot down this rocket and can deal with the rest as it comes up. Nope! Oh, come on. Drone does a full loop-de-loop and doesn't hit the target. Great. You are burning to death, which is also really bad. Let's turn the medbay on so you auto-heal, and that should help counteract that fire damage. Let's go ahead and blow up their shields and shoot them in the weapons. No, we missed a lot of shots there. That didn't work at all. Alright, we recovered there. We should be able to keep our energy drone online, but we're not going to be able to have the defense drone up in time to stop this, I don't think. Actually, I can. We want to stop that rocket. So we're going to try and not get owned quite so badly this time. Oh, no, it didn't matter. They just cloaked out at exactly the wrong moment anyway. It's true, though, eh? The defense drone failed to protect itself. The one thing that got shot was the thing that it was supposed to block. I think it might have shot the missile that time. Oh, or being shot by the missile that time. That defense drone is having a bad day. Just a bad day. Okay. Let's go ahead and I guess I'll leave that on there. I'll split one into cloaking so they can't keep doing that. And then the plasma can hit the weapons again, and that'll stop them from being able to actually fight us as we continue to set their whole ship on fire. Our accuracy is really poor, though. I might have to do something about that. Since the weapons are down anyway, I can just leave the power off of the defense drone. They can't hit us with anything in the first place, so it doesn't really matter. Missing the big plasma hit on the cloaking is annoying. Right before they can cloak again, too. I'd love to hit them in the helm to break down their evasion, but the fact is, they're still burning to death over there, so it'll slow them down at least a little bit. Alright. I'm going to switch the energy stunner over here to the helm, and put the plasma back on weapons. Good shot there from the energy drone. Unfortunately, they perfectly blocked our shot on the weapons. That's the power of cloaking. That's okay, though. These guys are dead now. We did hit them in the helm, so they couldn't dodge anymore. We emerge victorious. Rebel ship scattered, and we get 3 fuel, a missile, and 55 scrap. When we contact the civilians, they give us 19 scrap, which is not a great reward, but thank you, I guess. I'll take it. I'll take it. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, as they say. Is there even anything fun to buy? We could just buy some buffer health, like I was saying before. That would help us not get blown up by that missile, for example. But I don't know what we actually need at this point, if there's really anything else that's super valuable. Internal upgrade-wise, like the defense drone scrambler is unlikely to be relevant. We can take it, because it's basically free, since we don't need the money for anything else. But, like, the engine upgrades are no good. Electrical insulation? Oh, yeah, we can't be stunned in shields. That doesn't really matter to me. Most of this stuff isn't going to do much for us, really. We have all the fun Aether techs I want. Alright, I guess we're going to spend our money on some defensive bars, or we might just hold on to it in case we can get to that store and actually buy a system upgrade. Because if we could get cloaking or hacking or mind control or one of the fun systems, backup battery, then we can actually do something with them because we'd have enough money to afford it. So we'll hold on to it until we check that, I guess, at least. For now, though, let's go to the stress beacon. We only have 4 jumps to get there. I can't do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unless something in here slows down the enemy advance, we actually can't get to that store, so maybe not. Whatever. We could skip the distress beacon, but we're in a sector that has the potential for capital ships, so I don't feel comfortable skipping a potentially interesting event. We receive a distress call from a Freemantis clan who eagerly request our assistance.
Our chief, Kapaka has been captured by suzerains. Please, you must save him.
Yeah, alright.
You are the kindest beings. Here are coordinates, and please bring us back alive.
A quest marker to the next sector. Yeah, that's not gonna happen, my friends. Nice try, though. Alright, multiverse signature it is. Is this an interesting one, or is this just another big rebel ship? Here's our ordinary beacon with a slip tunnel opening. We find a standard wayfinder. Alright, nothing cool here, I guess. That's fine. Multiverse drive equipped vessel engaging us in combat. We can blow them up, no problem. Before we do, let's spend a little bit of money on repairs and then go. They got a big beam and a fire beam and a hull laser and an ion drone. We should be able to handle that. Since most of their firepower is spent in beams, I suspect they won't be too scary, but the hacking can make everything bad, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. And this guy will... never mind. We'll probably obliterate our Zoltan shield and let them get at us pretty quickly. I'm just going to go ahead and torch their weapons like we normally try to. Never mind, I missed again, because if they're able to fire those beams, then they can potentially do a lot more damage, whereas if they can't, they can't. Plasma into the hacking would also be good, because it's about to fire now. Let's do that, actually. Good. That thing probably wasn't going to get to us because of the drone anyway, but their ship has a low likelihood of actually syncing up all of its other weapons, so taking the hacking out of the picture just means we're less likely to get chipped down while we take them out. I cannot hit this weapon system. For some reason, it has incredible evasion. They're going to be dead before I get to try again. Yep. Whatever, we didn't need to destroy it anyway. From amidst the explosions, you receive one last hail.
Is it too late to be sorry? It is? Damn.
1 fuel, 1 drone part, and 31 scrap. That was not that exciting for a multiverse ship. They kind of were, went down easy. Here's a store, though. The Federation are not going to be friends with us, so I have a feeling these guys are going to fight us, but let's go and find out. Will they forgive and forget our many crimes? They will. A large civilian market has been established in this system. Allied Federation ships patrol the area to make sure rebels and pirates can't sneak in. I'm stunned they didn't try to attack us on sight. We have like -5 karma with the Federation? We must have like such bad karma. I'm surprised they would let us do this. I don't want to stand guard. That's awful. We just need to buy some things. Access the market. We can do something aboard the ship, but there's not really anything interesting to do. I could repair the hull here, but I could just buy it. So we'll keep the drone parts in case something goes wildly wrong. What are they selling? A bunch of weapons, a bunch of crew. A Zoltan would be potentially nice, but I don't have another crew who's weapons trained, so I guess I'm probably not going to buy one. I could swap out the ghosts, but they're really handy for dealing with borders because they're so fast while our rock crew catch up. This is what we were looking for, though, the interesting systems. No cloaking, which is the one I was really hoping for, but hacking, backup battery, and mind control are all decent options, so I might just buy all 3 of those. First, bump up our health a little bit more. We'll sell the Heavy 3. I might just hold on to the Zoltan Deleter because it's funny. We can sell it if we need to, but I don't know if we need to. Back over here, though, let's buy the backup battery because it gives us free power to do stuff with the other systems, and we'll grab hacking and mind control, because why not? We're probably not going to get another store opportunity here to buy anything else anyway. I'd like cloaking more, but at this point, I'll take it. It's probably fine. Alright, let's pump up our health a little bit more to 25, and we are good here. So whether or not we actually use these systems, I'm probably mostly going to be using our mind control as a counter mind control tool, but if we do run into ships that can't deal with it, it will be useful. I don't know which one I want to upgrade first. Hacking's probably better, but I can't quite afford it unless I sell the Zoltan Deleter, which I could do. I guess we will. I'm not going to use it at this point. It would be fun to try, but it can wait for another run when we can get it again. For now, I think having level 2 hacking seems like it'll probably be pretty versatile, and I can actually... Oh no, I can't quite afford the backup battery upgrade yet. That's fine, we'll get there. The internal upgrades for the backup battery I seem to recall being really good. Performance upgrade, battery cooldown reduced by 80%. Yeah, that's pretty good. And what's the other one? Emergency generator allows you to ignore the power and fuel costs of combat augments. Yeah, we don't need that. But the backup battery being super fast is probably pretty good. I'll put some money into that while we can. Alright, let's keep jumping. We only have 3 jumps left, so I guess we'll go 1, 2, and then out. Does not seem like we're going to find the ship option in the hunting grounds today either. This beacon hosts a free Mantis transport. It's safe to bet the crew is most likely carrying some special tech. If you can kill its crew, their cargo will be yours. Time to murder! We're not going to kill the crew, but we are going to kill them. Demand to surrender their goods. We prepare to secure the cargo by force. Notoriety increased for the free Mantis, and... let's go. They don't want to fight and are trying to escape. Oh, they do have a cloak. That's annoying. Alright, that's fine, though. Let's turn on our drones. Turn on our backup battery, turn on our mind control, and counter mind control our crew. Nice try. Once they become visible, we'll be able to deal with them. The problem is the hacking is maybe not enough to deal with the fact that they're going to be running away really fast. So let's stick this on the helm. And that should at least slow down the rate at which they're able to get out of here. They have... one engine bar. I was like, what? There should be another big tall one for their engines. No, they have a single bar of engines. Okay. So I should have really looked at that before I hacked them. But at least now we can slow them down if we have to. For some reason... Maybe the more fool me. I kind of assumed that if their whole thing was that they were going to try and automatically run away from you, that they'd be better at it. But I see I was the fool. Here comes a bunch of shots. Let's go ahead and hack them so they can't dodge. Once we get the shots in here, we want to hit them. Oh, well, we don't have a choice. We're hitting them in the shields because they got that final bar up just to dodge our counterattack. I'd love to turn off some of the weapons here so they don't actually pose us a risk, but more importantly, we want to shut down their cloaking and their helm, I guess? Because anytime they spend charging is time that they're more likely to get away. That was a close shot on us there, wow. Let's counter mind control our captain. Here comes the barrage again. Mind control was effective. We have the same number of bars as them, so it'll last the same amount of time. Their shields are on fire, which is really nice. But I think that means I didn't hit something else I wanted to hit. I didn't see what actually got hit there. So that might be a challenge. Backup battery's about to wear off the charge time. Do I care? 2 and 3 is aiming here. 1 is aiming here. Okay, no, that was actually correct. Let's aim the plasma at the weapons then this time. There we go. Now all their weapons are offline, and they will regret their choices. And finally, they will just be dead. Backup battery, counter mind control on our gunner. Goodbye, Warlord Transport. Again, no fancy weapon, but we get 3 fuel, a missile, 47 scrap, and 2 more drone parts. I've never seen that event before. Now we've got it twice in the same run. On the same event, obviously, but still twice in the same run. Okay, let's power up the backup battery all the way, because that is useful. That'll give us enough power to run both of these systems on just the backup battery, which is pretty handy. There's another Mantis store there. I can't afford to go to that one, so let's jump over here and then jump to the exit. Too bad we didn't get any ships unlocked here. We had a couple of sectors that could have done it. Maybe it's based on our crimes? Or maybe it's this one, who knows? At first you think the ship nearby might be a transport, but scans show it has been repurposed as a mass grave for the Free Mantis. In Free Mantis culture, the dead are buried with their finest weapons.
Maybe you can loot something from the ship?
So, we're gonna do crimes here. Presumably, the most effective option for us is to blow them up. But I'm assuming this is a ship that really rewards you for not destroying them. The fact that it's a burial ship kind of implies to me that you don't want to blow the thing up. Yeah, I assume if we blow them up, it's not going to work. If we try to board them, we don't have any mantises. So, asking to come on board and take stuff, I have a feeling wouldn't help. Yeah. Let's just blow them up. It'll be fine. Maybe we'll get some fun loot. I was just trying to think if there's a way we could get a better result than just blowing them up. But I don't think so. If we had Mantis crew, maybe it would be more likely, but I think we're just going to shoot them. Eek! A ship attacking! Run! Run! It seems the Free Mantis are running, but again, they only have 2 bars of engine, so they're going to have a hard time. They have a cloaking again, though. Notoriety increased with the Free Mantis. We're making enemies with everybody. Alright, they mind control us, but hey, that's what we have the system for. Bring our guys online, activate the backup battery, turn these blowers up, and... You're on my turn, team now. Thankfully, you didn't start your arson ability, so you're not accidentally setting your own room in fire. They have an ion stunner, a radiation ion, and a burst laser Mark III, looks like? Should be manageable weapons-wise. They are gonna... Okay, it's fine. I didn't need that drone, right? Like, who cares? This thing fires really fast, though. That might be a problem. Come on! What are the odds that my drone gets shot so much of the time? It's crazy to me how often that happens. And we miss so many of our important shots, too? That's so unlikely. How does it happen every time? I don't know. They've mind-controlled Tron, so we're gonna counter mind-control Tron. They got stunned anyway, so it didn't matter, but like, come on. Okay. Energy drone back online. Get in there. We're gonna hack their weapons so they can stop spamming at us, because that would be nice. Let's go ahead and burn that down. We missed the weapons again. The plasma is a very powerful weapon. It just seems to have an allergy to shooting other weapon systems for some reason. Bring our defense drone online. We gotta be a little careful with how fast we're going through drone parts now, but I think it'll be fine for now. Mind control again. We activate the backup battery. We turn on the mind control, and we turn off the mind control. They are about to run away is the other problem, and since we haven't been able to actually hit them for a while, it will be a little trickier than it might otherwise have been. If we can hit them in the helm with the big shot, that'll help. But I do actually have to hit them, and they shot my drone again! Okay, good. The helm is destroyed. That should slow them down. They haven't really been able to hurt us at all yet, but man, they are good at embarrassing my, my crew here. Ugh. Alright, one more salvo. That still is together. Thankfully, they'll be cloaking for less time now, which should help. The fire in the helm is also really good for us. That's going to really shut them down. Let's go ahead and take our captain back. I think we're going to fire this at the cloaking one more time, but they should be dead anyway. Yep. The Mantis burial ship is destroyed. With the wreckage dead, there's no chance of extra loot. So we get 1 fuel, 1 drone part, and 45 scrap. So it goes. That's okay, though. Time to hit the exit beacon. Now we find out, will the Federation forgive us our many, many, many crimes or not? Let's explore the final beacon first.
You look like a military vessel. We're trying to get back to our homes alive. I'm an engineer by trade and can try to improve your reactor if you have any extra supplies.
Our reactor is maxed? I'm gonna let you try it anyway. Let's agree to the trade and see what he says. That's what I thought. You make the exchange and the team comes on board to try and improve your reactor. Could not upgrade the reactor. It's maxed. Yeah, I know. That's okay. Nice try. Alright, next sector it is. Heading to Sector 8. Node 17. Kind of sad we didn't get any special ship events in either of the last two sectors. It really does make me feel like if you're doing exclusively war crimes, it penalizes you by making it hard to get the interesting events. I don't know if that's true or not, but it sure felt like it. There weren't any interesting marked beacons that would tell us where something fun was. They just didn't do those things for whatever reason. So, that's too bad. Either way though, Node 17 we go. Ballistophobia? What? Isn't that for, like, not upgrading your weapons at all? We've been upgrading our weapons a ton. We've entered hyperspeed. Yeah, we know that. We go to the Federation capital. What did we just get? We've arrived in Node 17, the Federation capital. You've heard the stories of the conflict back in Universe 0, the reality where multiverse tech was discovered. Now you're about to take a part in it. Your actions here will either save or doom this reality. Oh, no missile-type weapons. Oh. You scan your ID, but something appears wrong. A nearby Federation ship approaches, and you notice their weapons are online. You receive a hail from the ship.
You've been on quite the escapade in your journey here. I'm afraid the Federation simply cannot support someone with so many bad marks on their record. If you want any shot at forgiveness, eliminating the flagship would be a good place to start.
On that note, they cut comms.
Oh, that's fun. They do hate us. I'm glad. We have done so many crimes to get here. It would have been sad if they just, like, forgave and forgot. I can't look at the achievements menu from here, can I? No. Alright, that's fine. Alright, that's fun. I get to Sector 8 without using missiles or bombs. Okay, so Ginger was right. That's fine. We don't need Sector 8 bonuses. Our ship's already basically maxed out. I might upgrade our mind control to last longer as a counter mind control, but let's see what's in the sector here first. Quest Cool. The quest beacon is right beside the flagship. I have a feeling, maybe this is just me, they're not going to survive that long. I wonder if the repair beacons will help us. I'm going to beeline it towards the base. These guys might come straight down this way, so they might skip the quest beacon, but the odds of us getting up there and back are pretty low still before it gets taken over. I am curious to see what happens if you go to the judges when you've been a horrible criminal, but first let's see if the repair beacons work. A free Mantis dropship approaches.
Federation friends, the Pakataka clan happy to see you. We having made it all the way out here to help. Just us, though. Rest busy back home. But we having no glory there. We want and collect many rebel skulls. Our ship having trouble with rebel missiles, though.
That's cool. You could give them a Zoltan overshield with the Aether technology, but I don't have the money to do it. I'm like $5 short. So in that sad case, it's time to blow them up. Let's continue our crimes.
Renegade is wanting to spar, then let the winner destroying the rebels.
Well, they're surprisingly chill about it. They don't even get mad. All right, let's go ahead and depower these properly, put the power into the energy in the defense drone, backup battery, turn these back on, counter mind control. Counter mind control. We are gonna go ahead and turn their weapons off, because why not? They did board us, which means I'm gonna start suffocating that dude. And I think we're just gonna pummel them here. I don't think they really have any chance of defeating us. They've got a halberd beam and a ion stunner, so like, what are they gonna do? These guys do not realize yet how badly they are doomed. Let's go ahead and just hack this for fun. Let's hit them in the helm here. Never mind. They only have 2 bars of engine, and I still can't hit them. Remarkable. Alright, that guy suffocated to death before he got a chance to do anything. We'll pummel down the shields, and we missed the helm again! Come on! Alright, let's mind control our shield crew back online. Get back into your shield room, please. And we can go deal with this pheromone beast by immediately suffocating him too. Turn the med bay on with our spare power bar, and we shall be fine here. So, they are... I really would like to hit them in the helm so we stop missing these easy shots, but I'll plasma them in the weapons instead so they don't get the chance to even think about breaking our shield bubbles. And we can just take them down from here. There we go. Helm's burning, weapons are burning, shields are stunned. Clone Bay is getting pretty populated, what with the whole us murdering their whole team, but let's go ahead and stop them from fixing that thing too. There we go. Everything's on fire and they'll be dead at the next tick of damage. Someday the Free Mantis may join the Federation. Hopefully they will not hold this incident against us when they do. 2 fuel, 1 drone part, 48 scrap. Hey, listen, they wanted to fight, right? They said it. I heard them. I think that counts. Alright, let's keep jumping. Will they repair us for free now that we are public enemy number 1? The problem is the judges are gonna get taken over before I can get there. We jump into the system, noticing the nearby repair station signal. They will heal us. That's kind of weird. There's a mobile ship construction platform stationed at this beacon. After a brief exchange, they give a clearance to receive emergency repairs and military supplies. A good amount of supplies and healing, too. Like, that's pretty good. Let's do our salvage mission here, I guess. The immediate area on the beacon yields little, but after diving much deeper, we find an inactive pirate ship. Let's scrap it. We don't want to risk a crew member right now. A little bit of extra cash will go a little bit further. Let's get our Engi back into the engines. I might have wanted to swap them out for one of these people later so that they could stay in the engines and I could take someone who would be able to actually give us mobile repair power, but this is fine. It worked out okay. We have 149 scrap left to spend. I think I will buy that level 2 mind control bar just in case, and if we get any more money before we get to the end, I'll probably just dump it into... giving buffer bars on our main systems. Federation base in this reality is just as impressive as the one back in Universe Zero. Much of the city below has been evacuated, but the Capitol building, the center of operations, is still operational. Really. If the flagship destroys it, the Federation will be powerless and this reality will be lost. We've arrived here before the flagship. One of the few remaining Federation support ships patches up our hull and gives a few supplies. It's surprising to me that they didn't address this with the high crimes rate. They don't give you a gift at the way in, but everyone else is still happy to give you free presents. I mean, to be fair, we are theoretically the ship that's going to stop them from getting exploded, so I guess it's a little bit reasonable for the base in particular to give us a prize, but like, still kind of weird. No other tasks to do though, so we will do nothing. Alright, they are in fact going to destroy the judges before I can get there. I was really curious to see if they would have anything to say about the fact that we did infinite crimes. This is maybe my biggest problem with the judge mechanic in general. Many times they are positioned in a place where I just can't get there before they get destroyed, and that's like, okay, cool, this is a neat mechanic that I can't use. If I jump here, it's going to immediately be a Rebel flagship fight. So why did you set it up like this? I can go talk to Sylvan. We might even, like, throw our lives away and try and fight Sylvan, because what else are we going to do in this run? At this point, it's basically over. But let's go at least see what Sylvan's about before we make any further decisions.
Stranger, stranger, this is it, eh? Now, I'd never do this with anyone else, but I like you, stranger. You have a lot of pressure on you right now. Have some scrap on the house. Now that's out of the way. Care for a trade?
Ares heavy missiles. And 45 scrap. Alright. Am I stupid enough to attack Sylvan here? I might be. I might be. He doesn't have cloaking. He does have full hacking and mind control. He does have 7 shield bubbles, but Our ship is pretty well equipped at draining down big shields anyway. The plasma is in particular good at damaging the core system while we ion it out. It'll take a while. The risk is that they have 6 guns. The 6 guns is going to be a problem. The engines aren't that scary. The teleporter is not that scary. They have a med bay, not a clone bay, so any crew that we actually kill stay dead. They have a big drone bar, though. This is the one that actually makes this the scariest, I think. Because if they have a bunch of nasty offensive drones, that's pretty bad. I should check the augments, too. Yeah, slug repair gel is what we basically know about. They have an energy shield, which we've seen before. Hacking... mind control, teleportation, boarding drones, and all hull damaging or ion weapons. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so we actually can't beat it then, because it's ion proof. How do you destroy that then? If it's immune to hull damaging and ion weapons, do you have to like? Is it just the plasma gun damage that would work on it? That seems very weird. Energy bypass is what we expected. Resistant rooms we're used to. Can't be destroyed from system damage. And a high-level threat. But that Zoltan shield is weird. Or does that just mean that ion damage can't go through the Zoltan shield? It might just mean that it can't go through the shield. Because these other ones don't seem that special to me. I think we've seen energy bypass and resistant rooms and slug repair gel before. It's just the standard Zoltan shield description? Oh, okay, okay. It's hard to know now. There's so many weird things in this game. I can't remember if there's anything else going on here. I assume most of his ship is resistant, so it doesn't take system damage from weapons. Oh yeah, they have resistant rooms on the flagship. It does mean that it's immune to getting system chipped down, so the plasma is not very good at that then, I guess. The thing is, like, at this point in the run, I feel like we probably can't beat this guy, but I want to try and fight him. I feel like at this point the flagship's not really that scary. Not having cloaking actually does make it pretty scary. If he has a overcharge kind of thing, we're not going to be able to deal with that very well. The drones might be a big problem. We don't have any anti-drone defenses because I didn't buy the defense scrambler, which I should have done before coming here when I was planning to fight him. I should have spent my money on that. But I want to fight him and see what he's got. If it doesn't work out, fair enough, we'll deal with that. But I want to see how bad he is, because I've never tried to fight him before. So let's see what Sylvan does. For some insane reason, you have decided to attack the traveling merchant. Are you really sure you want to do this? This might be the strongest enemy you'll ever face, so you better be prepared if you're going to take him on. Listen, we're doing all crimes. We might as well make enemies with the worst enemy we could possibly make. This will probably kill us. But, like, whatever. Let's find out and see if we can run away, maybe, and save our lives. Yes, we're gonna fight him. You raise your weapons against Sylvan, ready to battle.
Stranger, so it's come to this? A true shame. And to think, I thought we could be friends.
Alright, they instantly boarded us. They have a bunch of these, like, extreme crew-killing slugs. Weapons, shields, and engines are hardened. That makes sense. How many people just boarded us? We'll find out. Oh, you only have a minute. Oh, that's nasty. Sylvan's shields regenerate every minute? Okay, that is a problem. Also, this song is pretty sick. Let's find out how doomed we are. Let's go ahead and bring our defense drone online. This guy is a projectile targeting drone. I'm kind of surprised I don't see more drones yet. Let's bring our... They're all in our med bay, which is actually really nice of them. Slug Clansmen are the biobomb ones, which we can maybe deal with. Let's get our crew in here quickly. Let's activate the batteries. Turn on the mind control defenses to block this. Turn on the hacking, which we can't use yet, so instead, actually, I want to turn on the med bay. They've just boarded us with another one crew. A Slug Saboteur. So, we can go bother him, but he will be able to attack us through our defenses here. I'm going to swap these 2 drones, because the defense drone's probably more important right now. Let's start auto-firing our weapons at shields, because we're going to need to take that system down. And it's going to be hard with this defense drone here to block us. Wow. Yeah, okay, that defense drone is pretty good, actually. We might just be deeply outclassed here, as expected. Our defenses are down, which means their boarding drones are coming in. Ooh, boy, that is a big alpha strike. That's fun. Their crew's almost dead, so that's nice. They did hack our engines, which I don't love. How do I want to deal with these guys? I think we're going to suffocate these guys out. These are the Slug Rangers, which are really good at crew combat, but they're not actually able to sabotage. So that gives us a bit of extra time here to deal with them. They have 2 boarding drones en route. Okay. Okay, we got through the big shield. That's good news. These guys are losing. So that's good also, but we are taking a bunch of hits here. They just mind-controlled our captain, so let's counter that, please. These guys are not really suffocating. They're really fast at blowing through doors. They're gonna go in our shields, aren't they? That's gonna be a problem. No, they're not. Yeah, they are. I thought so. Okay. I think we're in trouble. That's a lot of damage, man. Alright, if we can get out of here, that will be good, but they have a lot of boarders on our ship. We can try and sneak a hack in through their defenses, but it will be very difficult because they... Are we suffocating in here? Oh yeah, the doors are open. They must have hit us with a lockdown laser. That must be this one. It's got the little crystal on the side. Alright, we are in trouble here, though, because they've got people in our engines. We need the engines to not get destroyed, and I actually can't get out of here because they've hacked this room. So they're probably going to kill our Engi before I can get them out. I don't know if I can keep our Zoltan alive either, because they're stunned for another 10 seconds. So they might be dead to suffocation before I can do anything about it. These guys successfully defeated their foes, but now this room is about to get absolutely hammered. I'm going to send the team in here to stop that. Oh no, they're coming in here after all. Never mind, they're coming out there. I don't know what they're doing. Our oxygen just got hit, so let's send Cortana. Ghost is stunned still for another 8 seconds. Let's go send Cortana. No, I need to send Cortana in here, don't I? No, I don't. Dodge the anti-bio bomb. Alright, let's get you over here. This isn't helping because the oxygen is going out the breach. We're almost at enough charge to leave, but we are going to get hit with all of these boarders the second that still happens. This may kill Hal before we can stop it, and it may kill Tron before we can stop it. They are glowing yellow, which is probably bad. Oh, he's the one, okay, he's bypassing attacking us to shoot the engines directly. That makes sense. I think we're going to lose our Zoltan. They're still stunned for 5 seconds, and I can't do anything about that, so that's pretty sad. Our Ghost here is fine. Whether they're suffocating or not, they'll be able to tank through it. But this is going to be bad for us. They have 3 more boarding drones firing at us. Ooh. That's not good. That's not good. We shot down at least 1 or 2 of them, so that is good. But I'm gonna have to fire this at the weapons. See if we can sneak it in through there. We did not sneak it in through there. It's almost time to run. As long as they don't hit our engines or helms and nothing before we can run, we can probably leave. Our Zoltan is definitely dead. Get one half a room out before he blew up. That's sad. Ow, 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 ow. Oh boy. Unfortunately, our helm is stunned, which is going to be 5-6 seconds we can't get out. They are bombing us in here now. Are you able to run? I don't know if you are. Can you try? No, you got mind controlled. Counter mind control. Don't know if that worked or not. Let's get you out of there if we can. We can't. You are probably dead then. These guys destroyed the medbay by bypassing us, because they have that saboteur ability. I think we might be dead now. There's too many people on this ship for us to properly deal with it, and they've shut down all of our systems. Let's see if we can get the crew out of here before they die, and come help our Engi before he dies. No, you two are stunned. You can't do anything either. Okay, well, our captain will be able to give us the chance to get out of here. They did lockdown bomb us when they killed the Engi. And they might be able to destroy our engines before we finish the escape timing. They did just run away, which is actually really nice. It's just these two that are left. Unfortunately, the ion on here means we're not going to be able to escape. I thought we might be able to get out, but it seems like no. The timing did not work out, and they will shut us down. Oh yeah, I should look at the crew. See who Sylvan is. He's in our shields? Ah, this is Sylvan. Yeah, okay. I did notice he has the silly bomb. I was wondering what was doing the breach effect, and I realized that when he fired it here that it was actually coming from him. Because he has a breach, lockdown, and ion bomb simultaneously. He has 250 health, massive resistance to suffocation and fire, and does 1.5 times crew damage. That is pretty wild. That is a lot to throw at us all at once. Unfortunately, I think our crew's dead, but let's get out of here first so they don't die immediately. Oh, they might not kill us before we can run. Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. We're so close to getting away. That's okay. I expected we were going to die here. But I wanted to try and fight Sylvan, because if we never did, we would have no idea what we're up against. We'd want to try and fight him later. So now we know that he's got quite a few lasers. It looks like these are all 2 shots with different, maybe different specialties on them. He has a really powerful all-targeting defense drone, so you need that defense scrambler. He's going to be sending a bunch of assault drones at you. He has a ton of boarding firepower. And they've also got level maximum mind control and maximum level hacking. So you kind of have to be prepared to deal with all of those problems, or you're not going to be able to handle Sylvan. We did 0 damage here, but we learned a lot about this fight in case we want to come back and do it later.
Sorry, stranger. Maybe next time.
That's fun.
Your fate was sealed the moment you first thought you could win, stranger.
Fantastic. Alright, what does this look like stats-wise? This is our 2nd highest scoring ship. We did a lot of damage with our crimes run here. We have a most piloted evasions record. That's pretty cool. And most ships defeated, so we did a lot of murder, which doesn't surprise me. We had a lot more beacons where instead of doing an event, we killed people. So I'm not surprised this was our most kills run so far. What was the achievement we got? Oh yeah, it was the ballistophobia one. All right. Well, that was pretty cool. I think we learned a lot in this run. I think the main thing we learned here is that doing a crimes run doesn't pay. Because, man, there were no unlocks for us to have anywhere on this whole run. That might have just been random chance, but it sure felt bad. Not finding any of the unlock events in sectors 6 or 7. So, I have a feeling we're probably not going to do an overt monster run again for a while. I was a little happy that they did actually account for it when we got to the final sector there. I was a little worried nothing was going to happen at all, but I was happy that they at least noticed that we were criminals and wouldn't give us a free prize. Even if I was a little disappointed, the other endgame beacons here did still help you. But I can't complain too much. And yeah, that is our second highest scoring ship all time so far, despite losing. Although, to be fair, we lost right before the flagship, which I think we could have beaten no problem. So, it's not quite the same as a normal loss. Like the ones we had earlier with this ship were much less interesting. And it does probably mean that I sacrificed some interesting options here, because I'm pretty sure this means that I did not unlock... Oh no, that we don't unlock them anyway. Oh, I was going to say we didn't unlock the Type B, but that just isn't an option. Fair enough. What did we unlock? We unlocked the Union Cruiser. Hold on a second, didn't I have that? This is the Union Cruiser, the Laissez-Faire. What is this one? The Multiverse Union Cruiser? It is. A refurbished Union Cruiser adapted for multiversal travel, outfitted with crew determined to defend against the odds found on the way. Huh. Okay, so what is this? This is a chain burst and a Tiche missiles? I don't know how to pronounce that one. Slow charging, 2 damage missile weapon. Conservative weapon. Oh, it's a conservative missile. Okay. So it takes missiles, but takes no power. And then you have a chain burst to go with it. You've got an FTL jammer. Tyke? We have an advanced navigator, so you can jump back to other beacons for free with that. And life jackets. Below half health, they gain double healing, movement, and door-breaking speed, and take half damage from hazards. Interesting. We start with a teleporter. Alright, interesting. We'll have to give this one a try at some point. We have a regular human, a regular free mantis, a Zoltan, and a Shell Guardian. So this is... the blows itself up like crazy, does not heal after doing it. Oh man, I don't see what the point of shells is. I would love it if I could use them for something, but like, they blow themselves up. Why is that a good thing? I guess it's good if you're boarding with them. This might be a ship to try that with, but they damage... It does say damage nearby enemy crew. Okay, so it's not like the Zoltan explosions that hurt everyone in the room. That is also better. Because that means you can bring them in a mixed boarding party and you don't feel like you're killing yourself for doing it. Because yeah, having the system damage on the shells makes sense, but I was thinking that if they blow themselves up and hurt their allies, that's terrible when you're boarding with a low-level system. But it seems like that's actually not the case. It just means that they're really vulnerable. But because they tank afterwards, you just have to bring them home after jumping them in. They're basically like a bomb weapon, where you teleport them in, they blow it up, and you teleport them out again before they die. Okay. What's the difference between this and this? A lot. They keep the life jackets, but not any of the other additional bonus augments, so we don't get the navigation ability or the FTL jammer. We have a Pierce Heavy and a Heavy Laser, so you only have 2 shots in your initial salvo, so you gotta invest fast in some more weapons. You've got the Zoltan, a Human, and a Rockman Outcast for crew. You don't start with a teleporter. Okay, this does seem like the Multiverse ship is indeed meant to be an easier starting ship. More crew, more versatile weapons, more starting augments, better starting systems. Makes sense. Yeah, multiverse cruisers tend to give you a taste of what's to come without going too hard in the gimmicks you can expect on other ships. Makes a lot of sense. This is like the tutorial set of ships, right? Giving you a range of choices to experiment with without being quite as wild as your as your angelic deathbringers or your slug pleasure barges or your other weird options. Your Hector cruiser. So, yeah, I can see that. Makes sense to me, I suppose. I might have to do a ship with this thing one of these days, though. I feel like it'd be fun to take a bunch of Hector employees and the tree lizard thing out into the battle. We'll see, though. There's still plenty of multiverse to explore, and I am curious about the ships past this one. Because these ones all look familiar. We've got the other Union ship already. These are all old ships. That's the Crystal Cruiser. What is this Spectral Cruiser? No idea. What is this thing? Looks like a Lanius Cruiser, but it might be something else. I don't know. We might try and unlock those at some point and keep going with them, but I am unclear what they're all about. So many ships to still unlock. It's crazy to me. There's so many places we gotta keep going. And runs like this one that don't give us any unlocks are not helping, game. Come on, give us more cool toys. So, that's fine, though. I don't remember this Project Coalition subtitle. I guess that's just like a random subtitle you can get, and it's just really big? Because normally that's where the tagline, little byline goes. Oh yeah, several endings we haven't discovered yet, for sure. There's a bunch of those, like, why can you get the Ethertech rune detection upgrade? I buy it every time, but I've never needed it. So, there's definitely a whole range of endings and other content we haven't found and sectors we've never been to. If we just look at the achievements, there's a page here that's just music. This one. These are all the sectors we've never been to. There's still plenty. So, these are all the normal ones, and these are all the weird ones we've never been to. So there's still plenty for us to do. Plenty for us to do. Oh, yeah, I'm sure I have pizza. Don't tell me, obviously. I'll figure it out one of these times. So, there's still a ton of things for us to explore. Lots of forgotten tech that we haven't done anything with yet. All kinds of other shenanigans. So, we'll get there eventually. Either way, though, this is going to be where we have to call it for now. It's already getting pretty late here, so I'm not going to start a new run at this point. I'm not sure what I'm going to stream next. We'll do a stream probably tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to do another FTL run or if I'm going to start something else, but there'll be something. If it's not tomorrow, it'll be Sunday, but it's probably going to be tomorrow, so if you're around for that, then I look forward to seeing you then. We have a lot of dropped frames all of a sudden. I hopefully the quality hasn't been too bad, but we're up to like 37,000 dropped frames for the stream, which is kind of a worryingly high number. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Have a great evening, and I will talk to you next time. Until then, bye-bye.